So for some reason, my brain wanted to check out the Jumanji film that came out last year, and I'm still processing what I saw. This thing is an atrocity on everything I like about movies. It makes Birds of Prey look like the Avengers. Think of those terrible Christian propaganda films that can barely be considered films at all. Discounting a few moments of about 1 minute each, that is pretty much all this movie has to offer. The first 25 minutes or so were unbearable, it was stupid times 100, the characters were garbage, the young MTV models they hired to act can't act for shit, the old actors like The Rock and Kevin Hart delivered the most obnoxious, idiotic, juvenile performances I've ever seen them doing. The CGI is a joke. There's a hippo in this film that makes Black Panther's rhino look great in comparison. Now I think I may have been a bit harsh on Black Panther. The plot drags on and on. For some fucking reason, they decided that this thing needed to be 2 hours long, and for 99.9% of the runtime, all I wanted to do was stop watching the film. But then I remembered that other people may commit the same mistake I did, thinking it might be entertaining, and I had to do something to save them. To save you. If you haven't seen this movie yet, great, don't. Watch the first one again if you really have to. It's terrible, but it's much better than this. The actress from Guardians of the Galaxy was the only saving grace this pile of shit had to offer. Her performance was fine, not obnoxious like the rest. Focusing the entirety of the runtime on her allowed me to preserve my sanity. I wasn't sure I was going to make it. This is the worst type of a bad movie that can exist. It's not charming in a so bad it's good way like Birdemic, and it is entertaining in a stupid way like Aquaman. This is bad in a way where there's obvious talent behind it, but instead of being somewhat decent, the movie is actively trying to be the worst it can possibly be. Every time the plot starts to get a little bit interesting, they always manage to find a way to ruin it. Too many asinine jokes that have less comedic value than a fart noise, action scenes that start small and then get overbloated, convoluted, and just too fucking stupid to take seriously. If the CGI didn't look like shit and the performances weren't so obnoxious, then maybe this could have been slightly enjoyable. Maybe. Like I said in the beginning, there were about 2 to 3 moments of 60 seconds each that I actually found entertaining. The beginning of the desert race, and the first interaction between The Rock and the red-dressed lady. Every other time I wanted to stop and go do something else. Don't watch this. This isn't a film. This is a live-action Saturday morning cartoon. One of the really bad ones that you never rewatch as an adult. I'm giving this pile of horseshit a 1 out of 10. It's garbage. Anyway, see you next time.